I think this one mistake may may more than likely cost me this trade. I am currently holding German DAX buy, and well, let me just show you what the problem is. Not necessarily a problem, but let me just show you what the issue is. That's if I'm just going to start the breakdown to kind of get you to where the situation where we have the problem. So as this little box here says, this is the system. This is like my many checklists. And we have to have a daily breakup structure. We do have a daily breakup structure. You can look at that. We close up on the swing high. I'm just going to quickly point it out there. We did close up on the swing high. This is another swing low. And then we got the swing high. So we got the pullback into resistance. If you look at that, we have to 10, 20, 50 MA should line up. So the green line is the green band is the 50 MA, and the blue line is the 20 MA, and the yellow line is the 10 MA. The 50 MA for the strong bullish and very signal, the 50 MA has to be under or above both the 10 and the 20. So we have 20 MA intact. We have all the MAs pointed towards the right direction. Pull back to support, we do have a pullback to support. Inducements, I take it to the H4 to just reconfirm that we do have some kind of inducement. And then the topic of inducement is very relative. Some people it's very, very relative, but I just have thrown in the idea of inducement because also from back testing my V4 testing, I just realized that my RR would have been better, or my entries were that concept sort of improved my entry. So I think I have also added that to my checklist. So we do have inducements where this little red box is. We do have some kind of inducement of this one. So inducement is that first pullback before the breakout. So I have that box positioned here as a place where everybody would have scrambled to buy. You could have seen some bullish intentions here. This was on Friday, but nothing came of it. So once this week, just make it bigger. Once this week has come around, opened up. Sorry, I did to look for the arrow. Good. Once this week opened up, you can see. I'm sorry, let me just wait to. Once the new week opened up, you can see right there, just for clarity, right there the candle comes and sweeps the low. And this was where my original entry is for this small account I have here. So my original entry is, but I was waiting for some kind of confirmation here before I enter on the funded account. So let's go into the 15 minutes. Again, a quick check. We have the inducement of the zone. We have a breakout. We have a breakout. Swing highs, swing lows, swing high. We're expecting this to be a swing low and potentially lead us back up to the top. So since we got that out of the way, let's go into the 15 minutes time frame as soon as price went into the zone. And let me show you what the problem is. Just for a better entry. So we go into the 15-minute time frame. This is where we've gotten in there. So I'm in the 15-minute time frame. I am trying to get a valid breakout to just let me know that we are definitely going to the upside. So price comes out here, breaks past here. I just make that big a little bit. Get rid of this arrow. Get a bigger arrow. Get another arrow. So this was the swing. This was my swing high. This is the last high that led to this low. So price comes in here, does what it does, comes back, closes here. I was supposed to enter here, but for some reason, at the close of this 15-minute candle, but for some reason, because typically, if the candle was big enough, I wouldn't do anything. I'll set a pending order here and allow that to just wait for it to come. But we're getting to the mistake. The problem with that mistake is up there. That was where I went to enter the trade off of an impulse because I saw this and I assumed that, well, just an assume. You have to stick to your process. I saw this candle close when I came back to my desk, trying to make coffee. This close. Well, it was forming. The right thing for me to have done was entered it and still stop my stop loss there. But for some odd reason, you know what? I just didn't enter it. Well, the price has gone and broken this swing high. If you can see my Fibonacci here, and this is where the problem is. I've put the Fibonacci after the fact, after entering this trade here. So you can see the typical thing was for me to wait for price to come into the discounted zone, premium and discount into the 50% area or thereabouts. And then I enter the trade and potentially get a better entry. But I haven't done that. I've entered right there. And I'm having to sit through this drawdown, and my stop loss is right there instead of right there, instead of below the swing low, the invalidation point. So that is why I said more than likely this trade might more than likely stop me out. But if it doesn't stop me out, I'm hoping that this um if you go to the 1 hour time frame, I'm hoping that this right here, this little fair value gap is what they call it, impulse, whatever it is they call it. The names keep changing all the time, but whatever it is, this little space here is able to serve as support because of the back testing a few times when you're in line with the when you're in line with the market direction. Most of these tend to hold as support. So except something else happens or just it chooses not to be that. And the beauty about it is this pullback is something more corrective. Well, the market is closed now. I might be wrong when it opens again tomorrow morning. So this was a mistake. I should have waited for a decent pullback. It always comes back if you wait. It always comes back. I quickly impulsed out of here because I missed this entry under 15 minutes, little 15 minutes. Because I missed that little 15-minute entry right here and I quickly went to impulse there. So hopefully I'll keep you posted and if this hits my stop loss or if I have to, even if it does hit my stop loss, I will still re-enter. I will still re-enter the trade regardless. So that was the mistake, and hopefully it's a good trade. The trade idea is good. So hopefully it turns out to be something. If it doesn't turn out to be something, I will just take the loss and go into something else. Yeah. And number two is a quick look at EUD USD. That's the second trade I'm looking to potentially play this week. EUD USD is a painful one. I wonder when it's a painful one. Look at that. I was in this trade, but then I closed it because I wanted a bit more confirmation. I don't know how much more confirmation I will want because I was in it at this point, and then it came back to my entry and I closed it out. So if I did this, what about this particular long candle? So that's the broker's spread. So don't worry about that. So if I did enter the trade, I probably will be rocking like a nice, 1 to 1.5 or 1 to 2 thereabouts. Who knows? Well, I didn't enter the trade, so I did not enter the trade. So um, I was waiting for, well, as you can see, my Fibonacci. I was waiting for the creation of the new range, a breakout. So we did have a breakout there. So I am going to wait for the pullback this time around. I'm not going to be stupid. So I am waiting for a pullback into 50% or above 50%. Somewhere above there to be able to take the trade, preferably, somewhere in there. That is an impulsive move or an imbalance that can come and get filled. So am I looking to take it off of this supply zone or the block, whatever you want to call it? It's all the same thing. Maybe right there. That's where we're looking to the trade messed up there in validation points and then try and target the lows. Try and target there. That's like a 3 hour trade. I hope it does give it to me. If it does give it to me, that'll be beautiful. If it just goes and spills straight to the floor, then and I did that to myself. Well, and that's also a similar setup like that to with an GV It's all the same thing. It's USV pencil. It's all the same thing. You can see that it's a breakout. I wasn't in this one, which is also painful. So hopefully it pulls back into a zone where I'm able to, where we're able to take advantage. If not, wait for a good setup. So thanks for watching. Like, share, subscribe, support the kid. God bless you. Peace.